Let's dive into the discussions shaping the nation.
First of all, to the three ministers, I wish you well in your new portfolios. I welcome the announcement this morning on the modular or on the log cabins. The one thing I cannot fathom on it is I hear it's 40 square metres and the modular homes that are being done at the moment is 600 square foot, so that'll be 60 square metres. I don't know why it's 20 square metres less, but I still welcome it because it's going to help people. Let's give praise when praise is due. I think that you need to tackle the planning situation because unless you call an emergency, a lot of objections is holding up planning. I would ask you to look at that. I would also ask you to look at the one-off housing because every council is so inconsistent. I was talking to a person in Sligo this morning, and Sligo is nearly a no-go area in parts of it. Talking to people in Leitrim, talking to people in different counties. The other thing, I welcome the Creeconia. That's helping a lot of people, but the inconsistencies in council. I'll give you an example, and the example is that if I know a person that the chimney was cracked above and top of the old two-storey house, they took it down on the put up slates. They couldn't get an exemption because they took down the chimney. Like, what madness is going on in planning sections in councils? And I would ask you, please, to address that. In the line of, for building houses, if we don't do sewage, and you know this well, sewage and water is ferociously important. Also, will you please do one thing, and I've brought this up a number of times, that if a builder was building 100 houses in the private sector and hadn't done a state job in the last 3 years, they cannot tender. That's total madness within the department, whoever wrote that rule. You could be building 100 private houses and you still cannot tender for a public job. I would ask you to look at that. Also, the other thing that needs looking at within the department, and people give out about the councils, and yeah, at times they're slow. If someone dies and then the house is being done up, the amount of funding they get is damn all from the department. And if you have to go by Minister Ryan's, what you wanted brought up to the spec that you have to do it, it's costing 60 to 80,000 to do up those houses. What are they getting from the department? 25 to 30. Has councils money? No. And everyone is wondering why then, as has been said earlier, that there's 3,000 to 4,000 houses lying idle, not done up, because councils do not have the funding. The other thing that you can do as well, and it's in reference to the likes of a scheme was brought out by your department, a good scheme, Darragh O'Brien brought it out, where there wasn't Irish water in places. And it was for sewage schemes within in those areas. Not one of them has been done in 3 years. Why? Because the spec has to be done to Irish water. You have to go back to the councils. They're over and back, and throughout this country, a budget has been given by your department and not one red Rex has been spent on it within in those towns that need sewage schemes that will actually help you in providing water. And I would ask you to basically look at them few fundamental things. On top of that, in my opinion, if emergency you can call in the line of social and affordable, and as been said earlier, there's a lot of places that the affordable councils don't even know about it. They need to basically be brought in for a day and be told how this operates, because if they don't, it won't be done. And this is about not criticising, this is about throwing in ideas and trying to work together. We can come in here and argue every day, but what we need to do is try and put in ideas that will work to solve this problem. And I would ask you to listen to those ideas that I'm after giving you there and to take them on board. Thank you very much.
Like, share, and subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.